Let's get to the good, the bad, the dirty.
The good.
It's gone! Oh, my God!
The bad.
That is so bad, that is absolutely brutal.
And the dirty.
I'm talking about nasty.
Wow, so many stories are running through my head right now.
Waddle and Sylvie on ESPN Chicago.
It was being second guessed back in 97 or whenever it was,
Yeah.
and I'm still being second guessed.
Well, there was some second guessing going on upstairs as to whether or not he was from USC.
Yeah, I for some reason I thought he went to
I
Stanford.
thought all of a sudden I looked over and I saw
Meller was
Hub.
right, yeah.
I saw Hub.
Meller knew that he was from USC.
Well, I was answering the trivia question, when was the last time the Bears drafted someone from USC? And I was like, wasn't it Allred?
I'm like, he went to Stanford, didn't he? The good, the bad, the dirty is brought to you by Avondale Roofing. If your roof, commercial or residential, has taken a beating, check out Avondale Roofing. Search AvondaleRoofing.com and read their reviews. Sign up for a free estimate. Avondale on top until you're satisfied. All right, we'll go around the room. One thing good, one thing bad.
love that.
One thing that we perceive dirty. What, until you're satisfied?
No, on top until you're satisfied.
Right.
That is a great,
It is.
it's a great motto.
Yes, we should all take that as a life motto. Go ahead, Mr. On Top.
My good is at the Masters after tapping in for par on the 16th hole. Two of the greatest, Tiger Woods and Vern Lundquist, had an opportunity to share a moment. I don't believe Vern had been lifted up into his perch at that time, or else he came down and was going back up. But he made a point of shaking Tiger's hand as Tiger left the 16th green. And obviously this, at the age of 83, I believe, is the last Masters Vern will call. Just thought it was a really cool moment.
You
with
want
two very
some sound
established
of
guys. That'd
a
be
few of
great.
these?
Yeah.
This is a couple of. There's one of him on the green with Vern in the background. I think one of the meeting.
Legend and legend.
I hope someone gets a picture of that. That is so cool.
A man with magic in his hands, looked on by a man with magic in his voice. Those two, over the last 25 years, the definition of the Masters.
That's when Tiger was on the green, and this is with the meeting.
He has told the story of the Masters, and he has the appreciation of all of us, the appreciation of Tiger Woods. Vern, we thank you.
It was great. And not a lot of people saw it, probably because Tiger played so early and was done before most of the guys that were on the leaderboard were teeing off. But I thought it was really cool. If you love golf, and even if you aren't like a diehard golf fan, you're probably still a fan of Tiger Woods. And you've probably heard Vern Lundquist do really good stuff on the air. So I thought it was great.
My good, I had a couple of things, but I was going back and forth on what I'm going to use. I'm going to go with the SNL bet with Caitlin Clark on Weekend Update, and we don't have enough time to play the whole thing here. But if you can go online, and if you did not see it, who is the anchor and the comedian who did the
Michael Chi.
Michael Chi
doing Weekend Update.
He did the Weekend Update joke about Caitlin Clark exchanging her jersey for an apron. And I'm telling you, if you watch it, I think they really, truly surprised him by bringing out Caitlin Clark. I don't think he anticipated that or that was a scripted thing. If you watch it, and then Caitlin Clark comes out on the Weekend Update stage and then starts reading a bunch of jokes, or she says she scripted jokes, and he ends up reading off the prompter what these jokes are, ripping him. It was so good. And just to go further, I'm excited to watch the WNBA draft tonight. I want to see what the Sky get at number 3. I want to see what the Sky get at number 7. And I hope that they get Angel Reese. I want them to capitalize off of some of the excitement from the NCAA tournament. She is a player that you will go to games to go watch play. Cardoza, a player who won the national championship from UConn, who is...
She's with South Carolina, I think, isn't she?
What did I say?
UConn.
What, UConn? I meant South Carolina. who won the championship. South Carolina, all the rebounds, all the points in the post. Who is, I think, just a freshman, right? Wasn't she? Young player. I would love to see them get one of those two, maybe both. Who knows? But I'm excited to watch the WNBA draft tonight.
For me, gentlemen, I have to turn my attention to the Houston Rockets LA Clippers game. I know everyone was locked in on that yesterday afternoon. A meaningless game for the Houston Rockets. They had already been eliminated from the playoffs, but that did not stop everybody's favorite 7'4" Serbian, Boban, from delivering free chicken for all who were in Crypto.com Stadium yesterday, because Boban, an imposing player for the Rockets, delivered with 2 consecutive missed free throws, which then allowed every fan in attendance free Chick-fil-A, because that's what happens if the opponent misses 2 consecutive free throws. Boban intentionally missed both free throws, and after missing the second one, threw up his finger in the air as he was running back on defense. It was classic. I love it.
Giant finger, too.
My good Boban.
One of the biggest human beings I've ever seen.
7'4", just a crazy, ridiculously looking Serbian. You gotta love him.
I loved it.
It was
He's
awesome.
a 64% free throw shooter to begin with, so he didn't have to try hard to miss, but I thought it was cool.
Well, the fact that he was letting everybody know that he was missing on purpose.
Yeah, this one's for you, everybody.
You think it was on purpose?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I think it was.
He's like playing it off as that was for all of you guys.
Well, he was pointing to himself before he missed the second
he's
one.
Like,
hey,
I'm going to get it for you.
Yeah.
You have
Free
Boban
chicken.
to thank, everybody.
My good from the weekend, I think the top of the leaderboard in general at the Masters, even though Scotty did run away with it, it was really fun to track the entire weekend. Scotty was fantastic. He was nails. He basically just was unflapped by any challenge the course threw at him. But also, how about the youngster Ludwig Aubert as well, who finished second at the Masters in just his first major start. He's going to be one of these up-and-coming golfers who... Right now, he's 24 years old, I believe. He's going to continue to challenge for majors over the course of the rest of the year, I think. But he was a lot of fun to watch as well this weekend.
Had such a cool, calm demeanor the whole time.
For just his first major, and he finished his second.
I didn't think there were any nerves attached to his play at all.
No doubt.
It was cool.
And he played in the Ryder Cup last year and was pretty good for Europe.
Yep.
What's your bad?
My bad is Julio Rodriguez getting picked off of first with 2 outs, down 1 in the bottom of the 9th. I had never seen it. I'm not suggesting it was the only time it's ever happened, because we found out that it happened in 2003 when Joe Borowski was the Cubs pitcher who did it. But I don't think I personally don't remember ever seeing it. And that is an inexcusable baseball crime, isn't it?
I'll take it. Like
Of
that
course,
that bullpen gave me an ulcer.
Well, by the way, Neris walked the bases full the inning before.
And then he's pounding his chest after he got out of it. I'm like, dude, you induced all that problem.
Yeah. But for a bullpen that had been shaky,
yes.
that is an unforgivable baseball sin, isn't it? To be picked off of first for the final out of the game, down 1.
But I was so happy.
My God.
I could not believe they won that game. My bet is Angel Hernandez calling balls and strikes. It went viral again. It was the rookie from Texas who got rung up on like a pitch that was 6 inches.
Is he doing it on purpose now?
I don't understand this. If there's an athlete who is at the end of the line, he has to retire. He has to. If there's a manager who loses it, unless you're Tony La Russa, you have to retire. But an umpire can sue Major League Baseball and keep his job. We have talked about this on this show before. Even if you're of age where your eyes are going bad on balls and strikes, you could still ump the bases, but you shouldn't be able to, like, in which sport are you able to rotate? Okay, it's your turn to ump home. Then you get a chance to ump third. And then you get a chance to ump second. That's not what sports is, except in Little League. You don't get to take turns. You're either good at something or you're not good at something. And when you're not good at something anymore, you don't get a chance to do it anymore. Angel Hernandez should not get a chance to umpire anymore. You suck. It's bad that he gets a chance to ump.
My bad. You referenced Waddle, how Julio Rodriguez was picked off to end the game yesterday. I will reference the uniform that the Mariners were wearing, which was not their Sunday cream-colored uniforms, which is designated as what they wear at home, because it did not arrive in time for the Mariners to wear it.
Oh, boy.
And oh, by the way, Bryce Miller, the Mariners pitcher, the previous day, he wore the Bat Boys pants because his uniform didn't properly fit when they had the city
Bat Boy pants.
The Bat Boys pants. The starting pitcher the day before wore because his didn't fit properly. The MLB uniforms continue to be a disgrace.
My bad from the weekend, Pete Crow Armstrong. If you saw the play, there was a ball that was well over the wall, but he came charging in like a bat out of hell, and he got rocked by the ball. You cannot do that at Wrigley Field when you are back up with the pro club, because that is a brick wall that you are literally running into, and he is going to get seriously injured. It will be worse than anything we've seen Eloy do.
What is your dirty?
My dirty is real life dirty. I don't know if you guys saw this story. It continues to be horrible, even in death. But O.J. Simpson's will says he'll do everything possible to ensure that the Goldman family gets zero from his estate when it's liquidated. He's never paid a nickel to the Goldman family, who won the civil case and were awarded $33.5 million in 1997 in the wrongful death lawsuit. They haven't seen a dime. And part of his last will and testament was that they will fight any money that would be going to the Goldman family. Just in death, it's still the whole story.
Waddle, to your point, worse yet is the attorney who's representing. Listen, he can carry out OJ's will all he wants, but the way he's going about speaking about it is just, it's heinous.
It is. It's beyond dirty.
My dirty is Shota. Shota has an ERA of 0 through 3 of his starts. This is a guy, remember, who had to pursue the Cubs more than the Cubs pursued him. He was living in Chicago in the offseason, and he's like, hey.
Sometimes those are the best marriages.
He's like, his agent called the Cubs again saying, I'm living here, guys. I really want to pitch for you guys. Let's make a deal. And then the Cubs finally came to the negotiating table, and they signed him, and thank goodness they did. He has a 0.00 earned run average, and I am thankful he's a Cub.
My dirty is dirty good yesterday afternoon, boys. How about Frank Nazar making his NHL debut fresh off of playing in the NCAA championships for the Michigan Wolverines?
Getting his ass
on
whipped by
Thursday.
DC.
Yes, of course. He then on Friday signs was it Saturday? He signed his pro contract with the Hawks. And then on his first NHL shot, he scores a goal. Of course, the Hawks lost 4-2 because that's what they do these days. But it's good to see Connor Bedard have some reinforcements come to help him out.
You know what the Blackhawks need? Maybe a team meeting with Pedro Grafal on the top step. Maybe he'll get them right.
How often do you think that's happened where a guy has scored on his first shot in the NHL?
That's a good. I have no idea.
Probably very infrequently. Yeah.
More often homering in your first at bat or homering on your first shot?
Definitely first at bat.
First at bat.
I feel like you see that not like a lot, but you see that a couple times a year, I feel like. My good is, my dirty rather, is one of our teammates' brothers. Justin Pottinger's brother, Adam Pottinger, plays baseball for Indiana State. 7 for 13 over the weekend, drove in 11 runs and hit 3 bombs in the series sweep over Bradley. So,
wow.
Dirty good for Adam Pottinger.
Not Adam Pottinger, not Smokey.
Well, he's smoking baseballs. That's what he's doing.
It was, but
from Deerfield, yes?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And
well done.
On Indiana State.
Yeah.
We watched him play in the College World Series a couple of years ago. It was last year, maybe.
Last year, yeah.
Good for him.
It's incredible.